The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy UAG back in the building with another weekly retro party. And this is a special one. Let me put this down. This shit is heavy. Shit is heavy. No. Over there. Let me put that right there. So, you know how it is. Got your boy, the front man, UAG, here. And we got our crew. Let me bring the foundation to the channel. My man Maddads, what's up, brother?
What's up, y'all? Y'all doing all right? That's what I'm saying. You know, just chilling.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good, you know. How's everybody out there? How y'all doing out there, you know?
Let's bring one of the cornerstones here. Man, OTG, what up, brother?
What is up, dude? What is going on, man? I see the chat's looking good. I see that one person in here. Console fanboy.
Well, we'll have a discussion with him a little bit. And we got the anchor to the crew. My man MOAT, what's up, brother?
Hey, yo. What weekly retro party? Let me ask you something. Did you come to see some Golden Girls? No.
Hell nah.
No. Did you come to see some maple syrup get poured on pancakes?
No.
Did you come to take a nap today? Or did you come to see the WRP?
Yeah, man.
I think
NWO.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's what's up right there. Shit.
So, you know.
Oh, we're not doing a black and white gimmick? All right, hold on.
Not yet. We're going to have to talk about that in a minute. But
I know, I was confused.
You know, I got a little surprise for you, man. So one of my boys hit me up and said, yo, I want to come through. I said, why not, man? So we got Mr. Ruckus. What up, man?
What's going on, brother? What's up, man?
What's up?
Dude, I know you're a busy man. What's going on?
What is up?
Oh, man, I've been I've been slightly busy. I've been hitting a couple people up. A lot of people have been hitting me for interviews A lot of people, you know, I hit you up, man, to hop on air because, you know, this is the topic I got to talk about.
Oh yeah.
OTG, man, me and him had a super dope conversation for a little over an hour. And, man, it was it's a few things we, you know, got going on, but you know how I do.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, we appreciate you hopping on, man. Our discussion today, it might be very relevant to you.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the big three, you know,
Yeah.
Arcade One Up, Ad Games, and iArcade, and what they need to do to be relevant coming, you know, in the future, because you know if you're not changing, if you're not evolving, you're dying.
Right.
That's the old business saying, and is, I mean, relatively. I mean, this is what has to happen for the home arcade. I mean, you know, nobody has been where they were when they first started. Everybody has moved forward, and everybody has that competition has great. It made a big improvement for us as the consumer. If it wasn't for Ad Games coming out with online arcade net, even though it's subpar at best, then Arcade One Up wouldn't have done what they did, and you guys in the iArcade is doing the same thing as well.
Right.
So it's exciting times. I've seen some things. I don't know if that picture you had of the tennis, is that your tennis game that you had posted up?
Yeah, man. That's
Okay.
Hot Shots Tennis. That's we got that coming out sometime within the next month.
Okay.
It won't be
Talking
before Christmas, but it'll be a little bit after CES.
Okay. So when's the most recent Bash game comes out, man? We're excited. We want to play some of those online games.
Oh yeah. So Tank Bash and bowling will probably be first. We got iArcade has a lot of games coming out that I can't talk about. They can't even tell me about. But you know, they got games coming out now. They have a release schedule, you know, for games coming out. So you know, we're pretty much waiting in line, and then we're also giving them more and more up to date games for, you know, for the big one we have, Tank Bash, which is going to be, you know, that's going to be super multiplayer. But you know, something like that, you're able to make sure everything is going right. Plus, we got a game coming out in January, a licensed title that I can't talk about yet, but it's going to be huge.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Can you give us a hint? If we let's say, first of all, who can you tell us the publisher?
Strata.
Who?
Strata, Incredible Technologies.
Okay.
Is that the potatoes? Or just the meat? I'm trying to figure out the meat or the potatoes. Which one?
The reason why I can't tell you what it is because the iArcade guys asked me, because I was going to announce that instead of tennis, actually. But there's a reason why, and after CES, you'll kind of get it. But there's a reason why we have to wait for after CES.
Okay.
That's interesting. It could. So I mean, this is the first time we're speaking on air. So
Right.
What I'm saying is my own thoughts,
Mhm.
and I'm saying if they're waiting, I mean, let's just play devil's advocate. If they're waiting to announce this particular title, and they're waiting for CES, it could be tied to something potential, maybe artwork, maybe new hardware. It could be a lot of things, guys. So it's going to be exciting.
I honestly can't speak to. I can tell you right now, we don't have any hardware in the works, and from the links of iArcade, they don't have any hardware in the works that I know of anyway. But you know, whatever they have coming, you know, they said they'll let us know ahead of time, and then we'll get another NDA, and we'll get stuff we can't talk about. But
dude, this is exciting times, man. Because I guess in terms of the CES, they haven't really been involved for the last couple. I mean, they did their own thing,
right,
like have a party and stuff like that, and get the word out. But they didn't do anything that's probably like considered a big splash. So I think this will be exciting times. I'm excited to see what's happening. I mean, you could tell that I'm excited. I'm the only sucker that gets 2 iArcades because I sold the first one, but that's another story. And now all of us in the crew have it, so we can speak to the product and not just say, hearsay what our thoughts are.
Yeah.
So, do you have any other news that you want to lay it on us, man?
So Tank Bash and bowling are just about done. Bowling, I'm finishing up one thing, and then I give Mike his vertical slice. That way he can push it. He can push it out on the official channels, and all of our license titles are pretty much ready to go. The only there's this one I want to announce in January when that comes out. Probably the end of January we'll announce it, but we are working on our own online platform as well. Because once I announce this title, I'm hoping to have it done because it'll definitely change the game. Oh, it'll really change the game. Like, it's pretty big. Like, when I tell you, that's kind of why we have to wait for CES, because there'll be a few speculations that'll come out that I definitely don't want to happen. And I've learned that when we announce things, a lot of people have a tendency to go to IRK and say, "Hey, when's this coming out? When's that coming out?" And they say they can't really comment on third-party publishers, but when this comes out, you'll definitely understand why we had to wait for after CES to talk about it.
That's a gift and a curse for IRK, because they are so involved with the community. They try to be as transparent as possible without hurting their partnerships. So therefore, everybody feels like you can ask many questions to John and stuff like that.
I don't know why they don't talk to me. Like, they got, Six is doing our social media now. So, and he's super involved with everything. He's doing a hell of a lot better than I could do. But it gives me a chance to sit back and say, okay, I don't have to do all the business stuff anymore. I can do what I love doing, which is developing. So now that we're working on that, you got our Retro Bash titles, the 3 we announced, and then we have like 4 more and possibly 5 on top of one that I want to give away for free. So we got a few things coming that way, but we got the first 3 announced now only because they're pretty much done, and the next 3 will announce next month, and then the last ones will announce in February.
I got one question, man. Since you're playing Tank Bash and all that stuff, are y'all gonna pick like people for like the testing the servers before all this stuff goes live, or just that's what I was wondering about? Because I'm a technical and
So Tank Bash itself is going to be a super beta. Right now, I've played up to 12 people. I played it live on a Rainwater show once where we had all of us playing at the same time. But I definitely want to get a stress test and get 40 people playing at the same time and see how everything is working. Because right now, just running with bots and running through a lot of different network scenarios, it's working pretty good, especially in the 40-player mode. But I'm trying to see if I can push it to 100, and that's my goal right now, is to get Tank Bash to 100 people.
So you already So you haven't even tested it with like 40 people yet?
Not 40.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to figure out like how when it come out, you don't want it to be like, you know what I mean, when it go down, you don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? Especially that's why it was the stress test. The servers were always good to do.
So the cool thing about Tank Bash, the thing about Tank Bash in general is, even the reason why it's only going to be $4.99 is that it's essentially a test bed for me learning new things. So as I upgrade and then give new things and give more and more to Tank Bash, everybody will get those for free. When I add new tanks, when I add new maps, when I add the tank creator mode, everything that I add to Tank Bash is because I learned something new, and then these are going to be things applied to future games. But here's your chance to get it for extremely cheap.
Oh, yeah, that's just what. Thanks, man.
OTG, you said you had a question?
No.
Okay, Mo.
I'm just taking in the knowledge, brother.
Yeah,
I see everybody keep talking about Primal Rage.
I see a lot of that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can promise you. Well, I don't want to say Time Killers. I'm sorry, I'm Primal Rage. I'm gonna get back to Proper Bread, but Primal. I don't want to say it's not coming to the IRK. It's just right now we're only developing it to get the interest out there, to get Ed Boon to say, okay, I like this, I like that. I want Primal Rage to get a proper release, and it's never been emulated right. It's never been ported right. This will be the first time it ever got a real solid port, and I definitely want that to be online. But right now we have a few testers, and I'm looking for more for Primal Rage. So preferably people who have FGC experience and who may have a board that they can, do emulation comparison to. Because I broke like 2 Primal Rage boards trying to do this, but Primal Rage, we didn't, the ROM didn't come from the internet. We're not using MAME. This is completely homegrown. We took everything from scratch. We didn't take anybody else's dumps. I learned how to dump personally just to get Primal Rage working.
Well, I have, in terms of Primal Rage, it's been well known that it's probably one of the most difficult games to emulate. Right?
Yes.
So what challenges have you come across trying to get that to be basically arcade perfect?
So Primal Rage is one of the very few games that's running on a weird CPU. It's running on an A6 CPU that it's like one of like 4 arcade games in existence that run on this type of hardware. So it's like and then the protections on it are so weird and convoluted that, I mean, you can fake a lot of things through it, but you kind of got to reverse engineer it completely in order for you to understand what's going on. I mean, the protections on Primal Rage are vastly superior to anything. I mean, it goes beyond even the CPS2 when, if it's needing the XOR tables and everything need to be decrypted. Literally everything in Primal Rage needs to be decrypted. Yeah. Not just, one dinosaur or another. I'm talking about dinosaur animations, dinosaur falling for each individual dinosaur on top of all their special moves need to be decrypted. Everything is encrypted for Primal Rage. They protected it for whatever reason they did it for, but it's hard to break through.
Yeah, even eating the people, right? Y'all gonna do that too, right?
It's everything.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know if you've seen our latest demos of it up. It's almost done. Like we almost got it. A lot of people that I've seen that come from the FGC and are high level Primal Rage players are saying, they're preferring ours because Midway Arcade Treasures actually did it too fast, and then they not want to say they did it lazily, but they did it the best way they could, and that caused emulation error. It's just a port. It's and that's how they treat it, just another port. But with ours, it's the closest to arcade perfect you're going to get.
All right. So are there any plans with this Primal Rage, or you guys are just going to present that to people? Or I know there's a lot of people excited for that game, and what I saw on Twitter looked amazing, that you had fixed issues there that, so many years later, I think it's pretty cool.
So the biggest thing is my intent with Primal Rage is never been Primal Rage. It's a game I wanted to play, but my intent with Primal Rage is to shoulder off the WB to say, hey, we can do this, but then use that as a resume point to go to SNK and say, look, I want Budokai 1. Another game that's never been emulated, but I want to see a proper release for it. That's a game I've never been able to get to an arcade. I want to see proper Hyper Neo Geo 64 emulation and put that out. And then with my current relationship with SNK, see if they allow me to do that on the iArcade.
Yeah, you see that's one thing that I admire. I think it's amazing that what you do is that you see flaws in games and emulation and you fix them, and that's cool that you do that. And one thing I just want to throw out there, this is just fun for the chat. I just want to tease that you do have the ability that for yourself you could mod what was a Run and Gun 2 and make that run on things. The conversation we had, because I know Zohar, I haven't told him. I just wanted to tease that.
Don't get him excited. He might bust a nut in the chat.
2 on anything, Zohar.
Zohar,
be jealous of this dude.
He was saying that you can't get Run and Gun 2 working on a Pi 3 or Pi 4. I got Run and Gun 2 working on my Pi 3 and Pi 4 just fine. I also have Run and Gun 2 board, so I can do a little more.
I can get that Run and Gun 2 working.
You know what?
Right.
John D always mentioned, like, it's a catch-22. Do you want to spend a lot of time in terms of the engineering, the software side of things? Because you could get anything running on anything as long as you put the amount of time and effort and money into it, or do you wait and say, let me get something a little bit more hardware that will allow me to spend less time on it? So I'm assuming you guys are what is your so you said your objective is not personally per se to say get this game up and running. You're saying this is your because if you watch the channel, you know that me and a few of us, we're not too fond of that game, but we understand that you have to present something in order to really get what you really want.
So the thing about the thing about me and Bash in general is that we've been everybody at this point knows where my roots are, where I come from, but it's always been we've been good at making things run that no one else either wanted to touch or no one else wanted to actually deal with. And even going back to the Neo Geo Mini, where that's where the first hack I ever put out was on the Neo Geo Mini, and this was because no one else really wanted to. No one else took an interest in it. Everybody thought it was too hard. And then once I got with the guys, and then we started doing things that other people couldn't do, then we started taking that. Once we went legit and got out of the hacking business, we started looking at games that aren't currently being emulated the right way, or games that don't have proper ports, stuff like that. So it's like, if it's already out there and people can play it, I don't really have that much of an interest in it. But where games that aren't emulated right, or games that do have problems, games that aren't being given a proper release or something like that, I want to if it's a community for it, I want to work with those communities. I want to be able to get the stuff out that no one else can get out, and then use that as my resume points, because everybody with building games, even the games that we currently have out on coming for iArcade, we're pushing the iArcade to the limits anyway. If you look at Bloodstorm, you look at our games coming out, we kind of hijack iArcade processes to make our games run better, just so we can do things differently, because we are different, and that's where we got to constantly push the ground, because of where we come from, and people understand this is what you can do. Well, they want to see what we can do on the legit side now too, because if we're just putting out games just like everybody else do, we're not pushing any boundaries, we're not pushing any limits, we're just a Capcom, and
Bill, I got a big question for you, because you can speak to this because you've dealt with the hardware, and I'm sure you've tested a number of things on it. So the iArcade, we've through the grapevine, and just assumptions, we all assume that it's probably the most powerful hardware in the market in terms of the home arcade. Do you know for sure that it has the ability to run Dreamcast games?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, easily. I can't tell you why I can confirm that, but I can confirm it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So you said you work with some people from the FGC to test the game out, test power RAM out. Can you mention anybody, or is that kind of under a shush kind of thing?
No. So MKX Hanzo, he's a big Mortal Kombat, and
I know Hanzo. Yep.
Big guy from there. Another dude, CSR, and a few other people just directly from the Primal Rage community. Then Emperor Thanos, that came up with me in the Marvel and the Street Fighter scene. So these guys who have the ability to lab and do these combos that I can't do in Primal Rage. I just learned how to do Primal Rage a few weeks ago, just for this reason, because I've never been able to play it in arcade, and every time I've seen it on back in the day on Super Nintendo, you can't do what you can do now. But with the games that are with Primal Rage as it is, these are guys who can say, okay, I've tried this on MAME and I can do this on yours. I've tried this on Memory Arcade Treasures and we can do this now. But yeah, it was pretty hard getting the stuff out, but they said the way we've done it, it's not that it's easier, but it makes doing things better.
Awesome. Yeah, I got a quick little easy question that some people may not know. So real quick, I just want to throw this real fast on iArcade. I saw you on the leaderboards on 10-Yard Fight that over 100,000. I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was all like, I'm starting to like that game. That's why UAG is showing no love.
He's
That's a good game.
He's trying to suck me
fun.
in.
It's an arcade
I will
game.
not. There's not.
10-Yard
No way.
Fight. I used to hate 10-Yard Fight. I still to this day do not like it. I just get on there because somebody took my score down, and I gotta get in there, man. I gotta get back.
Yeah, it's kind of cheap. It feels like sometimes, but it's addicting. It's got this simple, once you kind of learn it, it's simple, but it's definitely ahead of its time. No Tecmo Bowl for sure, at least on the NES. But
That's what I was about to say.
The simple question I was gonna ask was I know most of the people probably here in the chat know that you guys have done a lot of games on iArcade, and since I'm one of the newbies on iArcade, the sales are going on. I'm loving it right now. Could you let us know what games that you guys have already put on iArcade and the future ones, like the tank one you're talking about and the tennis, just so I can have a better understanding what Bash is done, because you guys are doing some cool stuff there.
So our flagship game, Zone Blaster, is coming to the arcade. That's coming pretty soon. That game, it took us about a year to get that, get that as best as we could. That was the second game we've ever worked on, and we got Time Killers and Bloodstorm out now. We're working on getting those online, getting those into getting the Retro Bash Connect system up and running for the arcade. We got
so the online service is going to be separate. Or is it?
I don't want to say it's going to be separate. So the iArcade has their online service, but the every third party, they're responsible for their own online services. So Time Killers and Bloodstorm from us, they're not running on iArcade's, proprietary emulator. They're running on our emulator. Nice. That's why if you see Bloodstorm, when you hit volume, you'll see we have our own volume menu.
Dude, I was wondering why that. Yes. Yeah.
The reason for that is because when you hit volume up on Time Killers, and we're going to backport this to that too. But when you hit volume up on Time Killers, we saw it would cause audio stuttering. It's not an iArcade fault. It's an Android thing. It's where when the Android OS takes over, it tries to take resources back, and then it takes it back from the sandbox game. So with us, we just hijack the Android OS, and that way the things that would try to take it back its resources, we already using it. So things like the volume, we're planning on, doing something with the menu buttons, but we have our own ways of being able to do the same things without, making a vulnerability so nobody can hack our stuff. But
all right, cool. Yeah, I was liking that Bloodstorm. It's kind of weird. I never did play it. I remember hearing the drama back in the day, but I didn't even know until I was on your Twitter that you could even throw the gauntlets. I was like, oh wow. So yeah, that game is pretty fun. I'm enjoying it, but I'm more looking forward to that tank game, dude. I can't wait. That's gonna be something definitely different. I am excited just because I'm a new iArcade user. I was a hater and I do love it. So I'm just excited for the stuff coming from you guys, man. Big time.
So the thing about the iArcade, and I guess that leads into the topic of this entire conversation, is that the differences between iArcade and at games is that iArcade has the modern titles. And, you have third-party developers that can build brand new games directly for it. You got not just Bash now, but you got our Renzo L, who's he's got a game coming out pretty soon too. So you got people who are supporting the iArcade directly that you can't really get on a different system because, John pretty much took us in and, welcomed us to his family. So it's like, all right, we going to take care of the iArcade community because the iArcade community took care of us. But you have games like on the ad game system where it's a bunch of games, it's a bunch of different things to do. It's where you can do pretty much whatever you want, like a Raspberry Pi on ad games. You could you throw coin ops on there and then you play whatever you want, and that's cool for what ad games does. It's just not cool for what iArcade does. It's a completely different beast, and both of them are unique in their own ways. It's just for me personally, I latched onto the iArcade as opposed to the ad games only because the iArcade lets you do things differently and you're not tied down to playing older games.
Feel you on that. They claim their claim for ad games is that they have a server that they can leverage, but unfortunately, as of right now, they haven't really utilized that. So I would hope that with iArcade coming out with some of these titles and more modern games, maybe that will push them forward, kind of like what they did with Arcade 1-Up, pushing them to do online. So it's going to be very exciting times. I can't wait to see your stuff come out for the for us, because it's really going to make a big difference. Like even if it's not the top tier game, right? When you have something that's online and you start bringing the community together, like that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. So I want to bust OTG's game ass on that freaking tank game. I want to bust his ass,
dude. That's just gonna be fun as heck for sure, dude.
But that's what comes in January. When we get the online system going, and then you see when this conversation, you'll think that this conversation, you'll be like, oh, it makes sense what he's talking about. But that's going to be a big game changer in the arcade world in general, because then it takes a title that people pay a lot of money for right now. And then put it online on it, in a different way. It's not going to be the newest title, but it's definitely going to be something that people will take notice of.
All right, since I guess you should be able to answer this question. I don't think there's anything you can't say about the tank game. But since you're working on the online now, I figured you would know this. Is there going to be a way that like that there could be teams of 4, teams of 2, or anything of teams like an invite system? Like if me and you UAG wanted to be on a team or anything like that on the game?
So in Tank Bash, not initially, only because we have to build the Bash Connect system up. We're building it from scratch. And somebody said they're praying it's not $20 a month. We're not charging anything for our launcher. But with the games that are, with games like that, you have to. It's like if you think about how Dreamcast started off online, or if you want to go back to the old X-Band days on Super Nintendo and Genesis, it took a while before the friends list got there, before you were able to directly connect to somebody else. But then when Dreamcast bought out SegaNet, with NFL 2K1, you were able to go out, but you still couldn't hit a friends list. You didn't really start getting friends list on consoles until 360 and not 360, actually the original Xbox, and I think certain games on PS2, but you didn't really start seeing what you currently see now. So if you think about how that worked, we're kind of going back to the beginning, back to the roots of how this works.
I kind of understand, because on the Atari VCS, there's this indie developer. He made his own game, and it didn't have all that fancy jazz. It was very basic, but it was fun. Yeah. The only thing is the Atari VCS is so niche that the community was so small that I was literally, I'm not saying anything because I expect that, the community to be small in something like this, but it's like it was just a developer, but like every once in a while I'd have somebody playing it. But the thing was, the game was like, it wasn't expensive. It might have been $10 or $20. I don't remember, but I think that's what wasn't getting people on there. But then again, that's Atari VCS. But something like this is going to be on the iRarcade, correct? Or all right, something like that. I think the community is a lot more active here.
And it's only going to be $5, so it's not.
Oh yeah. So it's going to have a large user base in terms of the hopefully for the iRarcade, because
especially since you're shooting for that 100. I mean, your goal. It's definitely gonna. I think because the community, I think, is small enough now that me and UAG could probably get on the same time and whether bust each other's ass or whatever. So I don't know how it's gonna be, but now that I kind of have a more realistic expectation of it, I'm excited, man. I can't wait for this shit. January, man. It's right on the corner.
This is coming out before. It's coming out before the actual iRarcade online thing going on, or y'all gonna have that beforehand?
Well, we currently have our online system up on the iRarcade.
They just need to release the game.
Getting the game the right way. That's what all those tests were before, to make sure we can get the system up, because you got to remember the games that we currently, especially with Tank Bash, it's not going to be on anything else at least for another 3 or 4 months. Oh, nice. So when Tank Bash comes out on the iRarcade, it's going to be $5. But that's going to be the endless. It's like, I don't know if you ever play Skullgirls, but how Skullgirls have their endless beta where you can try out everything new, and then that's how Tank Bash is going to be on the iRarcade. It's going to be everything evolving is going to be on the iRarcade first.
Skullgirls is amazing.
We'll have 2 questions before we'll let you go, Bill. One question is in terms of the tennis, will that be a 2-player game, like teams?
Yes.
Will we have teams?
It's only 1 versus 1.
Head-to-head.
And So basketball, however, it was initially a 4-player game, but when the first iteration of it, it's only going to be player versus player. But when we bring that online, we're bringing a 4-player back, so you can have 2 people on the same team.
And this question is from the community: who has the rights for Clay Fighter, and is that a possibility? I
have no idea. I've been trying to. So Clay Fighter, it was it used to be Interplay, but Interplay, they folded. I don't know who owns Clay Fighter anymore.
Okay. So one quick question. One quick question I had with Tank Bashes. You had said real quickly, like in a few months, you may put it on something else. Could you say what other platforms you guys are looking at? And the second question tied to that, will it be crossplay?
Yes, and right now we're looking at Switch and Xbox.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I remember you saying that you had that the ability to do Switch now. You got that, I guess, the licensing or whatever.
That's what's up.
So
Congrats.
Nintendo is super hard to get. Xbox is the easiest. Nintendo and PlayStation are the hardest. The only reason I'm not looking at this for PlayStation is because PlayStation crossplay. To get the crossplay on PlayStation as an indie developer, you have to do certain milestones that I haven't hit yet, just as a dev. But with Xbox and Switch, they pretty much have the same online. It's very, very similar online infrastructures. If not this, I would be shocked. Well, I would say I wouldn't be shocked if Nintendo Switch is running on Xbox Live servers, to be honest with you, because they're all in Azure anyway. But with Tank Bash being on Switch and Xbox, it's also you're going to be able to play from the iArcade, but I feel like you'll have an advantage playing on Switch and Xbox.
Okay. Well, Bill, we appreciate you hopping on with us for a few minutes here. You have a seat at the table anytime you want. You know how to hit me up. All right, Merle?
Oh man, I appreciate all you guys. MOAT, Maddads, OTG. It's always a pleasure, bros. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, no problem, man. Have a good one, bro.
All right.
Peace.
So that is IRK. A little bit longer than we anticipated, but that was some good information. So you guys, just to recap, the system is powerful enough to play Dreamcast games, right? So it's not in terms of a limitation of the hardware, it's just getting the license. So hopefully, a lot of people got in on this deal when it was the $299, because you're betting on the future, not currently what's on there though. So me, OTG and Moat got the $299 special because I'm a sucker, and Mad Dad's already had it since the beginning of time.
I didn't get the $299 special. I tried. Remember that I got Jip because a couple days before, but I could have used that extra 100. Yeah, I could use that extra 100 on games, but I'm doing that anyway. Those sales are pretty killer. This week, I'm not too happy with the iArcade sales, but I if you like Retro Mania Wrestling, you've been waiting for that. I know you guys are happy, but the thing is, I have that game on Steam, and for me, the replay is like, if it gets online, I don't even think it's online on Steam. That would be definitely.
I do like that it they made it closer on when you do close-ups on the iArcade.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to get it now. Really?
It looks
I didn't
more
know
like
that.
a console. I mean, more like not a console. It looks more arcade.
Dude, I may have to get it now. But the other games
punches in and focuses on the players that you're playing with, kind of like how WrestleFest used to do.
Yeah, the other games I got that were kind of funny, I actually saw on Brad's video, was 64th Street. It was like a wannabe Final Fight. It's a beat 'em up. Definitely, I got that one. I got the boxing game because I heard it was good. I haven't played it. And then I got the Cisco Heat.
I wish you would have told me when you bought it 30 minutes, because I would have told you to retrieve the money. Because that. But
you know what? I can't trust you, UAG, because you're the one that says 10-year fighting all that, man.
And it's not. It's not
fire, man.
Don't make me flip on this shit, bro.
Hey, I think it's fire, dude. At first, I was trashing it because Zohar knows how to hype people up and start trashing shit. I started trashing eggs. I'm gonna buy eggs. I'm gonna buy 10-year fight.
I'm speaking from experience. That game is basura,
dude. Eggs is the worst game I've ever played. It's the only game I have uninstalled from the fucking iArcade.
Then why the hell does everybody keep trying to get me to buy that stupid game?
Because of Zohar. Zohar knows how to sell shit, dude. That dude could sell anything.
Zohar is the number one seller of the iArcade. That's hands down. So
yeah,
let's pivot. We'll leave the big boss for the last one. We're going to talk about this right here. What is the move for ad games? Right? My man just got the mini just the other day, right? He did a 2-hour documentary on unboxed it and a review of it. So if you haven't seen it, if you have a couple of hours on your hand, definitely go over to Maddads Channel and watch it. You need to watch
or
it.
you know what?
whatever,
I'll give you guys a tip. If you guys didn't go watch it, kind of fast forward through it till you see him with a Killer Instinct and shit like that, and put together. Make sure you watch that Killer Instinct if you only have a little bit of time. Not watch it all, man, but it is a long video. But that Killer Instinct part was cool.
But you know what?
Yeah, I do put timestamps in there. Okay, so that way you can click on it and get right down to it.
Let's give out the disclaimer. Any question that you have about the system, you know how usually when someone does a review, they don't do everything. He did everything.
He did it all.
And
he
then
did
literally did everything.
He did everything.
Here's the question. Maybe Mad Dads or you guys can answer this for me, because I'm not big on games and I really don't know much of it. From my understanding, it comes with a really big number of games there's only a few good ones, right? And then it's got that service under that service of what's it called? ArcadeNet? I'm not too sure. Mm-hmm. So is it just a service similar to Game Pass? Like you get to pay a subscription, you get to play the games and they're online? Is that my understanding?
So, go ahead, man. This is what it basically is. Think of it as Netflix. You have it until you don't have it anymore. So you have the ability to play it, and you're streaming on their server. Now I have to ask in the chat, because people think that I'm crazy. When you're playing the games on the ArcadeNet, doesn't it look like your glasses has Vaseline on them?
I'm sure there's something there. So the other quick question I have, trying to understand games. So you can buy games from them, correct?
You can buy pinball games,
games, but you can't buy regular arcade games. I know they got
I think that's something that that's one of the things I think they have to do.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand them. It's not like iArcade. It's not like a fucking console, because you could still put your own games on it, but at the same time you can buy pinball games and a subscription. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe I need to get one, but I can't. That thing's ugly. I said the same thing about the iArcade.
They're a pinball company, bro. We had to discuss.
I do want the pinball though.
Pinball game.
Yeah, but one thing y'all gotta understand is with ArcadeNet, like most people don't understand that you can, when they talk about bring your own games and all that other stuff, they also have to where if you want to actually play, like let's say you don't have a high, quality computer, you can actually stream it over to the games and actually play a game that you actually wanted to play. So if you don't have, like, you can kind of think of it.
But that's another service though. That's not ArcadeNet as well. That's another service. You have to bring your own. You bring your own game.
It's to bring your own game. That's what I'm saying. It's to bring your own
game.
So
that's another service. But what happens is, some people, and I mean, I can't speak to it because I have a powerful PC, so I don't need to do that. But some people told me when they've tried it that it's kind of gives them the similar issue when you play cloud pinball. It gets laggy.
It's still laggy.
And who wants that experience?
Right.
So what their idea, their concept is amazing. They just need to execute on it. If they can execute on it and leverage those servers, you can play you can play Mortal Kombat 11 on there. That would be kind of cool. Because there's times where I don't want to hook up my PC. If I could just turn that on and it's there, that would be amazing. Right,
but that would also take up a bunch of space as well too. You got to think Mortal Kombat 11 is like what 45.
But you're using using
theirs.
Server.
Yeah, not.
Well, I get that. But have you ran games from like your PC via Steam to the ALU?
Yeah.
Like it's the latency is ridiculous. It doesn't matter if you hardwire, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have to. I was gonna say you have to hardwire it though.
And that's the thing. Like, and still the latency, it's still ridiculous. And then if you want to run something that's like an 8-button game, yes, people, there are 8-button games that you can run on the freaking
Mortal Kombat. You need to have that, or or Street Fighter,
right? But that's literally one of the comments I see all the time. Well, you don't need 8 buttons, but if you want to use something to
play modern games,
right? You need 8 buttons. You know what I mean? And then these are the same people like, oh well, you don't need 8 buttons to do this. This is the same people that'll freaking put out go get the new version of CoinOptX or hook up a RetroPie or hook up other nefarious means to do whatever. So just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with it, man. They're like, all of them are different, man. They're not the same. Like, everybody starts comparing them together with each other. They're all different, man.
Yeah.
Different systems,
Yeah, I could definitely see it being different, more of you want to tinker with stuff, or you're ready to tinker, you have this and that. It's just something in there to add to it. Definitely, it was the first one out of all of them that I was actually interested in at one time. And then I got the arcade one up, and then I went that round, and now I arcade have respect. But I may come full circle and get a at game someday, but right now I can't see it.
Dude, so I'm going to tell you right here, right now, because everybody says that I'm a shill for one up. I originally was a big boy for ad games, and I still am to an extent. It's not the best looking bitch in the party.
Hell nah.
This is the one that I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. You had like 10 drinks. It's about the club about to shut down.
Yeah.
You give a wink to that the you know, like, listen, meet me in the back. I'll pick you up, but don't come. Don't walk to me. Meet me outside in the dark in the parking lot. I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna go home.
What was that one movie where where the guy, I can't remember his name, but he could see the girls, but they were toe up. Like he saw them all.
Oh, you talking about Shallow Hal?
Yeah, talking about something like that.
So you pick her up. It's the dark alley. You pick her up. You take her home, and you make sure that before the sun comes up, she is out your house.
Yeah, no eating breakfast in the morning or none of that shit. Right?
Thanks,
she's home, and boom. But because it's not a pretty girl, even though it's nice with the marquee. If you do not put the artwork on it, it's decent. But it's not a pretty girl. But when you get that, you're not looking. It's not for looks.
Yeah,
it's for what she can do. And
it's the best controller. Like it has the best control.
It does have the best. It has the best controllers. 2
spinners.
You got a huge screen. Yeah. You got a trackball.
So I got to ask, when you put coin ops in there, is there a lot of games that don't run? Because I think I saw somebody trying to run what was it, Golden Tee, and I think one of them the audio was like bad. Some of them are, they have some issues in terms of emulation, but it's usually the same issues that you come across with other emulation. Yeah,
but see, that's part emulation. It's also part the speed of the USB stick that you're using. Like, because literally, as soon as I switched over, because that same issue I had at first, I switched it over to a higher speed USB 3.0, and I'm in here.
Or you can have like one that's powered. Like some people put it in a hub, and the hub's not powered. If you have a power hub, that eliminates a lot of those issues. So these things are awesome. But what my concern is, you have to do all these things to make it awesome, right? If we're talking about just what's built in, what do they need to do to make themselves relevant for the future? Because those people, not everybody knows how to get a USB up and running. Not everybody knows about hooking up a computer. If you just had the 300 games that was on there, what's gonna keep you enticed?
The first obvious is you got to make it look pretty. Yeah, that thing looks too ugly, but that has nothing to do with keeping people in there. But the thing I gotta ask, especially for hardcore people who want to get this or just play retro, I'm not sure if the UI forces you to be widescreen like that. But if there was a way that could be just a regular 4x3, I think it just bothers me that's widescreen. That's why I don't want to get. But I know it's not that type of unit. You could do whatever. You could play modern games. But dude, I would like to a little more love to the retro people to have the correct aspect ratio, because people love that, and then that rotation they did on the mini was nice, but I don't think it was executed well because it wasn't even like that much bigger, right? When it came down to it.
They had a good idea.
Yeah.
They had a good idea. They didn't execute on it.
Yeah. So something is there. They need to fix it and do it right. I think that's me personally, but I don't have one. So I don't know the experience, but if they just showed a little more love to the retro side, I mean, I know they're trying to future proof it. I've heard that term. They're trying to, be a little different, I guess, but just show some love and do something more love towards the retro people, I think, because a correct aspect ratio I may be more interested in. But then again,
you can change the aspect ratio though.
Yeah, you can change that. And you can actually do
the big screen though.
It has the bezels though. The bezels. So when you play the game, the bezels on the side, so then you have the right.
Yeah, but if you're playing it in the right ratio, it's not gonna look. It's not that much real estate. That's what I guess we're hinting at, right?
Because with CoinOps, it has the damn things, right? The damn, I don't know. Just there's something. I guess it just the fact that I know it's widescreen and you have to rely on coin ops, I don't know. It's not for me, man. Maybe I'll get in and I'll enjoy it, but I think that's what's missing for me is that it's just that screen size, and I guess everything is the UI, coin ops, and all that is around that. I don't know, because I was gonna run coin ops 4x3, and then I remember it started shrinking. I was like, oh shit, I can't run this. I don't know if any of you guys have tried to run that on Arcade 1UP or not. How that works, but I didn't even mess with it, man. Kind of like I don't want to start fucking getting myself confused with aspect ratios. But I don't know. What do you guys think they need to do? Because I don't know, man. It's just
I want
they need to square monitors again. They need to square.
He's been there from the beginning, so
yeah, they need to square. They need the regular 20-inch monitor, whatever, you know what I mean. The square monitors that they had before, because everything else is widescreen now. Like everything is widescreen.
But remember why they're doing that? They have to have widescreen to play those modern games. If you're gonna hook up your PC or Steam, you want to have that.
Right.
So, but what else do you think that they can do? Let me give my example, and then you can go from there. Me personally, I think they have to do two things to stay relevant. First of all, they can't do anything about how it looks already because everybody has them in their home. Maybe when they do a version 3, they can try to make it look better. But what they really need to do is clean up the UI, make it as user-friendly as possible, because you feel like you have to be an engineer to operate this, especially if you're trying to go to coin ops. You can't tell. I can't tell my wife go to that system and launch Pac-Man. She'll look at me like I'm retarded, right? So that's probably the biggest thing that they need to do. And second is they already have the freaking server for ArcadeNet. Leverage that. Get some better titles, more modern titles. You have it. You just need to do something with it. If right now, today, if they said that they had Mortal Kombat 1 on there, that would be a big thing for them. And I know that game's been 30 years plus. It's still, on Arcade, the reason why it still would hit with so many people.
And, so you're saying on ArcadeNet that if Mortal Kombat 1, right?
Yeah, I mean you could play it on Coin Ops X, but if you can play it on ArcadeNet and have the ability to play someone like I could play Maddads right now, that's what's gonna make it really stand out.
So one thing I gotta ask, I'm not sure. Have you guys tried AntStream? It's a streaming arcade.
We tried that. It has Mortal Kombat on there.
Yeah, it has Mortal Kombat on there. Can you play each other online on there, or is it just forced?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, you can.
Is AntStream? Can you play that on the damn?
I mean, technically you can.
Yeah.
You can.
So technically you can do a workaround, but you're saying if they had more,
they should do it exclusively.
More good titles similar to that.
If we're paying $20 a month, make it worth $20 a month.
Oh shit, it's $20 a month.
Yeah, so you're saying you want bigger, like higher budget titles, you know what I mean, to entice people for the arcade net. I get that. The only thing I disagree with you said you want it to look better, but at games they do sell kits for the artwork. Like they sell like Space Invaders and whatever else.
You can put lipstick on a pig, but man, come on.
No, I agree with you, but the real question is they have to do this off of the licensed games, and this goes back to the original question, like where OGG something like like I don't even want to buy one. Out of those 300 games on that thing, how many of those games do you guys play? Real talk. Who owns
none?
One?
But about 5 of those games are actually games that are on Arcade 1UP.
Literally.
Marquee titles.
So check it out. So check it out. This is what you do, right? Go to like Spencer's or Hot Topic or something, right? Go get a black light. You know what I mean? Grab one of them little stick gimmicks. Put some neon tape on the side of it. And then just call it your budget Tron, because cats are just sitting there staring at Tron. You know what I mean? Just do that.
Oh man,
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
But
I guess it's cool. It's like you get to play games. Like I see Turtles running back there, and it does seem like a cool addition to have to the arcade room. I don't know, man. I don't know if they can do anything to actually provide a service to make money, because you do all that shit anyway, like through coin
Bro,
ops or through
You got to
other
remember,
means.
man. You
It's
got to remember when this thing came out, right? So you got to remember this thing was $4.99. I know I got it for $4.99. Just think about that, man. You got pinball buttons, you got the sticks, you got the quality sticks, you got the 2 spinners, you got the trackball in the middle. You know, and even if you did play, you got Centipede, right? Because, you know, that's one game I do play on there. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
And then you got all the other stuff on there. Then you can do more on it. Like I said, you got the pinball now, you know? So, I mean, just for what you had at $4.99 at the time.
Oh, it's the
now
best
it's
value.
like, I'm just saying,
It's
now
the
it's
best
like,
value.
it was
But
like, what is it, $7.49 now? Or what is it now?
Yeah.
What happens when you
much.
have one, right? You already have one. You're not buying another one, right?
Some people own 2.
So how is it going to stay relevant instead of just buying one and then it's dead? You know?
That's what I'm saying. They have to, if they don't get away from that, you know, the coin, like, you know what I mean, coin ops, because that's where they're heading at, man. Like you said, they're a technical company and stuff like that. So they're looking at this stuff going through, like, people knowing what to do when they get one. So people buying this thing, they already know that, okay, we're gonna hook it up, right? It's not that normal person is just gonna buy the thing and then play like 2 games and they're probably gonna end up selling it because they don't know how to do the rest of the stuff.
But remember when they first announced it, and you remember, you guys remember way in the Wayback Machine back in 2019 when Retro Ralph did that interview with Dave McIntosh when he used to work there. You know what I'm saying? Remember, that's what they were pushing. They were pushing, add your own games through the blasting, through the USB, through BYOG. Like, they never said directly, like, these games are going to be stellar games. And he flat out says, like, there are games on here, but you can add better games to it. So they knew that the games that they were adding were already crap. I mean, let's be real. It's kind of like it's a multi-K, out of the box, 300 games. You can't focus on 300 games and then be like, oh, I'm going to play this and play this, play this, play this. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of a disadvantage to them. If they trim that list down a little bit and maybe had it focus on 50 quality titles, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then do it like that, I think that might be better. But 300, and most of them are console games as well. Like, that's, that might make a difference.
They were pushing it though, but remember when they had that? It was a big controversy. Remember, they didn't even want coin ops on their system at first.
Right, at first they didn't. Right,
yeah.
Right, but remember, like, just the way
everybody was like,
they were like, right, because remember, like, they're like, we can play Street Fighter 4, and cats were like, what? Nani?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, right? And then he played Street Fighter 4.
I see people in the chat saying for them involved they have to do a store, but that'll make them just be like Arcade. They're trying to be different, allowing people to tinker with this. I think the only way, besides cosmetics and making it look better, the only way to grow is to put a bomb-ass online service, which online is the future, man.
That would be the difference for them.
Arcade 1-Up's getting it. That's it. It's just that's all. Is a bomb-ass online service to be able to play these games. And the way they're doing it, where they pick the games and everyone has them, I guess it's a service. That's the only way I think that's gonna work. But
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just too much. It's too much.
I'll say this. They have the potential. They just got to get, got to have the horses.
And they need to stop focusing on pinball. Like, literally, you go with what brought you to the dance. You know what I mean? Like, the At Games Legend Ultimate brought them to the dance. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, the ugly chick, at the end of the club. You know what I mean? They ditched that ugly chick at the Waffle House and then went and pulled Skinny Sally, you know what I mean, and rolled off and took her in a Ferrari and drove off. You know what I mean? Like, that just is what it is.
So let's pivot to the head honcho, the man who got the biggest slice of the pie. That's the Arcade 1-Up, right? Now they've pivoted to online. That's it. That their main focus is, we're gonna give you leaderboards, we're gonna give you online gameplay, we're gonna give you the titles that you want, right? But so what else can they do to stay relevant? I mean, I know they'll probably double down on the online, probably everything going forward. Even the I think the countercades will eventually get there. I think partycades. I think because they want to make that community grow. And what better way to make them grow than giving you those same features at lower price points, right? But what else can they do to really give you, to double down on it, other than titles? I mean, the titles are always going to be point one, but what else can they do? I'll start with you, Mo.
I know people are going to say this is sacrilegious, but unless it's a single player game, if it's not a single player game, make online standard. You know what I mean? Like, especially during this era and the time of the world right now, online should just be standard. You know, there's no reason why, if you have a Turtles, you should sell your Turtles and have to go buy another Turtles just to play online with your people. You know what I mean? Online should be the standard going from 2022 forward. You know what I mean? And clearly they can do online well with the Marvels and the X-Men's and the Big Blues, you know, with the Simpsons and whatnot. So clearly they can do online. It should be a standard going forward. I don't care what the game is. If it's something that you can do versus in, make it standard. Now, this is the part where I would normally say, hey, make an online marketplace, but in the black and white world, they're not going to do that. So you have to be realistic. And also, you know, stop releasing the same titles over and over. Don't give me the 14th version of Mortal Kombat, you know what I mean, with an upgrade. Like they're putting out the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, right? Legacy. It's a skin, but it's nothing different. It's pretty much the same thing, just with a lit up J panel and a lit up marquee, but it's still a skin. Make online the standard. That's the biggest thing they can do at this point in time, since we're taking titles off the table.
All right, buddy. My man over there, talk to us. Tell me what you think they need to do, Maddads.
Well,
By the way, the shirt is,
the...
I'm sorry, the shirt is a little tight. I just wanted to let everybody know.
Nah, it ain't tight. It's regular, man. No. You see that arm? You see that arm, bro?
I see that arm. Yeah. Like it's not even breathing. No, like the arm is not breathing. It's choking.
I know. I'm trying to get the vein to come out so y'all can see. Nah, but for real, hey, I'm telling you. So they really need to listen to the community, man. Finally, yes, they listen KI and all the other stuff, and all other stuff is going on, but they really need to, that's the main thing they need to do. Listen to the community, you know, try to get some better sticks. You know, we'll pay for it if it has the quality sticks and stuff in it. Also the online, like you were saying, but the menus, you know, the online menu, like you can buy these things, but you can go online play and you can go local play. So even if you buy them, you know, like Mo was saying, do online all the way through, because like I said, if you don't feel like buying it for online, you don't have to. You can still play local games if you want to.
I'm gonna give everybody a disclaimer. You think if we don't have online that the price point is gonna go down? It's not. The price is the price. So you might as well give us a little extra with giving us online. But that's another story. And that's speaking directly to the people over at Arcade One Up. I've spoken to them. I said, would it be a difference if we didn't have online? They're like, no. The price is the price.
Well, that's good. I mean, like I said, everything. Really, if you think about it, every system that you have now, even back there, it has online on it now.
Everything's
online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything is online that you're gonna go through. That way, they can update the system if there's something wrong with it. Firmware, y'all know about this thing. You know, when we bought them before, something was wrong with it. What did you have to do? You know, you couldn't even do that with the old Generation 1 cabinets. You know. But now you can do that with the Generation 3 because they have the USB and they have all the other stuff you can do with. So make it better. Maybe make it to where you can. I know they don't want to go multi-K though, man. You know, they want to just stay standard and do what they need to do. But like the standard games, I'm thinking the standard games, like the games they have, like they put 12 on this mug, right? I think they should stay with that, like with the games that actually work.
Number. I do.
The game that actually works on the cabinet though. You know what I mean? Like the game that works on the cabinet.
Would you say Capcom Sports Club shouldn't be on Big Blue? That what you said?
No, I'm talking about that work on the cabinet.
Awesome.
No, it's great. No, it's great. But I'm just saying we're talking about like in the theme. You know what I mean? Like if you're buying a fighting game cabinet.
I love the Big Blue. Because of that.
Great. It's great.
I love Big Blue because of that. I love the versatility. I love that all the games are online. I love the fact that now, just to speak to Paul's point. Paul, it did go down to $249, right? But so did Big Blue, dropped all the way down to $500.
Right.
So clearance is the clearance. That's gonna happen. So it doesn't really matter. But I guess I get your point in a sense, but I think you get more benefits of having it online, whether it's online gameplay, whether it's the leaderboards, because leaderboards bring back a value. You're going back because you want to, you know, you got your Turbo Joes, you know, that want to get that high score.
Right.
So you're competing against individuals, and
Especially-
that's fun.
But you're playing it more too, though, right? Because you
Yeah.
get the
Right.
leaderboard, so you're playing it
Right.
more.
It's-
Unlike you playing by yourself over here trying to beat the normal, the standard
By yourself.
leaderboards that they have on there already. You know what I mean? So it just brings it back. You know?
Yeah,
just
it gives you
everything
something.
back.
It gives people something to chase. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like you're just secluded, like you said, in this island, and you're just trying to beat yourself. You know what I mean? Nobody likes to beat themselves.
Hey,
Anyway, Cheek made a good point, and he said that they need to do better QC as well.
Thanks,
and I
Ray.
think that's more
that's
more
something
control. You know
you
what I
know,
mean?
they definitely have to focus on that. We're not gonna give, this is the weekly retro party. We're not giving anyone a pass. Yeah, we all enjoy one up, but we all know that there's room for improvement, and one of the biggest room for improvement is to really up that QC, because time and time again, there's something that gets past somebody, whether
Yes.
it's a terrible marquee, whether it's high scores not saving at that point, especially the high scores, because if you are playing a game, right, one of the things that you should QC is, are these scores saving? Because
Yeah.
people are gonna play that. Like,
Yeah.
come on, guys, come on.
or it's the opposite, dude. Like on the beginning of the cab, you'll see like a score that's crazy high. Like that's no person. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but then they erase it and they fix it. And there was like a 0 that was at the very top, and none of that on release date.
We got a super chat from my man Zod Rider. Making Wi-Fi
God.
standard is a key. Titles that have been released over and over should get Wi-Fi upgrades and be done. Buttons and sticks should be happen. Swans at 700. Yes,
Agreed.
I
absolutely agree with that.
I agree. I don't, and or to play devil's advocate, because I don't know if we're ever going to actually get those requests for the higher sticks. At least give us the ability to upgrade easily. Like, give us the
Right.
ability to
Remove the
give
glue.
us a hot swap control deck. Like, give us the Bobby Vu special. And Bobby Vu, he should be talking to Arcade One Up and say, dude, these games should, the panels are small. You should give us 1-player panels as an option.
They need
Right.
to hire that dude to design some of that stuff.
Facts.
When he did that, like Z,
Yeah.
what was it called? Like a
Yeah.
Z back, but like a big blue. I didn't know what it was. The
He
mega
called
blue.
it the
what did they
Mega
call
Blue
it?
Hybrid.
Dude.
Yeah, he
That
got
thing is so sick, man. Like if Arcade One Up came up with a concept, whether they went with the Z back or a big blue similar to his style, dude, the way that the front comes up like it really does, it's like, I know John D said that whenever they come up with the cabinet, they get the real cabinet, and I guess they get
Mhm.
inspiration from that. It's like,
Mhm.
dude, you guys, whoever's the engineer coming up with the stuff is not getting enough inspiration. Like at that point where it's getting
I will say
$700.
that their closest thing so far, the two things. Big Blue is 1B, but Tron
Yeah.
is
Oh
1A.
yeah.
Like,
They're definitely coming up. They're
narrowed
starting
it
to look
down.
But Tron had to be good because Tron was Disney. Tron had to be good. Like,
So-
they had no choice.
We see that they have that ability to mimic those. They really need to capitalize on that. And seeing the leak for the Legacy Artari, the Centipede, they look like that where they're leaning towards.
And the thing is, dude, I know originally the box width, the ship, whatever, the risers, we need to get rid of those already. But I know the OCDs didn't kick in. We're used to the risers. We actually kind of like them. But if we just got rid of them, because when we were kids, we still played the big arcades. We may have sat on a chair or something, Kids can still play it. I think let's get rid of the risers somehow. Or whether these just be online only,
But do
these
they
special
need- do
pro
they need
line,
risers?
I think that's what we need.
Do they need
Yeah, but
risers,
man, we're
though?
still
I mean,
not-
like, do they need them? I mean, honestly, because what they're doing with the bracket system, like they did in Big Blue, and what they did in Tron, like, and
But
what
you
they're
gotta
doing in
remember,
Killer Instinct, we can extend the border. Because it
Why do
can't
you
fit in
think
the
it's
box.
like that? Why do you
Because
think
it
it's
needs to
like
fit in
that?
the retail box. So,
Yeah.
you can do
but
that same principle where instead of having the riser box,
Hold
you
on,
can
Mo,
use that
because I'm
same
gonna
space.
kill your logic right now. The reason why it's not taller than it's been because of engineering. That's
No.
probably
No.
it's probably not going to have the stability
No. I get that. I'm not saying make it taller. I'm saying keep it the same height, but you can eliminate the risers. Like if anybody who's ever put together a big buck hunter, you know what I mean? Like you can put those brackets in, you know what I'm saying, and secure the cabinet more. You know what I'm saying? Like you can reinforce it without having to have like the little silly riser at the bottom. That's what I'm saying. You can reinforce the sides more.
So we start now. I'm gonna tell you what I think that needs to be done. There's two things. I think they need to bring out the Pro line, and
Agreed.
John D has hinted about that over and over. So I think that's gonna happen. And so be prepared. If you want a Pro line, be prepared to open up your wallets. You know, don't just talk that smack. You're gonna have to open up your wallets because it's gonna be pretty penny.
And it's not that they can't do it because they did it with the limited edition Marvel superheroes for $400. So it's not that they can't give the quality. It's more of a let's choose not to.
Yeah.
You know
Like with the IRK, dude, it doesn't have a riser, but it's a good height. Like I have my 1-ups on a riser,
you know
on a
why they had to
riser.
do that,
Like
though,
it's
right?
on the one of the mini fridge things, and it's like the same height. So
They had to do it though.
I
had
think
to do it
it doesn't have
because
to be a
of
real size arcade
legality.
like the IRK. What they have, the similar size. I think that's a good size,
Right.
and doesn't need the riser. But dude, like you say, the Pro line is going to be a pretty penny. Might be too much of a penny, man, because already paying $700 for what we're getting.
And this is part two. If not, and this is not for the Pro line, the regular line. We've gotten taller. Let's get wider.
That's what she said.
Yeah, dude,
Let's get wider.
why did they with the legacy? Why did they go smaller? Like the controls are more in. It does not work.
They know that they messed that up, and that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
But you look at Killer Instinct, they already knew, and they just raised
But
it
they
up.
already,
It's
did,
still,
they already did it.
Right.
It was
It's
already
still-
done. So they had to figure out what's the cheapest way to fix this.
But
Dude,
clearly
They
they
got
can,
there in the middle, raise it up.
but
so
clearly
it
they
be
can make
flush.
revisions to cabinets because literally, you know, John D put that post up praising Ralph and
All
Console Kid
they
saying we
did-
got rid of
but-
the wings.
But look at what
Yeah.
they did. All they did was raise the bracket that's
bracket.
inside to
Right.
make it flush.
What
They
what
didn't
I'm
do
saying
much.
is they can,
They didn't do
but
much.
what I'm saying on the engineer side and the manufacturing side, they can make those subtle changes. You know what I mean, real fast. That's what I'm saying. Not like there was a drastic change or whatever like that. That's what I mean.
That's what I really think. If they made it wider where you can actually have the capability of two normal size or two big boy sizes like
Two
me,
American-sized boys.
play on
American.
one of these things.
Imagine that
stop
UAG, me and
testing
you
it
playing
in
on that.
China, right?
Man, y'all gotta
Test it in America. Make it the same height. Make sure that we can both fit on this bitch, because either that or give us one player debts.
Hey,
Yeah, this Pro line is gonna. This Pro line, I'm just saying, man, because when I keep looking at this and y'all keep saying that stuff, you got to remember that if they make the Pro line, this is just my opinion, right? They make the Pro line. Now, what y'all going to talk about? Because are there any 5.4, 4x3 screens out there? You're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to go widescreen.
Widescreen, exactly.
And then guess what happens?
Exactly.
They're going to look just like the. You know what I mean? That just like the ad games.
you can
I'm just
do
saying, and then you're gonna see the
pretty things. You
bezels
can do
or
pretty
whatever.
things and
Yeah,
make
they're gonna
a
probably
nice
add the
bezel.
bezels just like they did in Tubin, right?
Yeah, and
Tubin.
and those look impressive.
I'm just saying though,
They
but
have
you're gonna
the
get a
ability
bigger
to make
screen,
it
but
look
you're not
nice.
gonna get
Y'all
gonna
are
get
missing-
what you're paying
y'all-
for.
y'all-
That's
y'all-
what I'm trying to say.
Y'all are missing the
That's
bigger
all I'm
issue.
trying to say.
If they put out a Pro line and the cabinet's already $700, y'all don't think that gimmick's not going to be like $1,000?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's going to be a lot.
And at that point, where you're putting that kind of money in it, why not just spend an extra $200 and then people are going to be like, just get a regular cabinet, or spend another $1,000 and go
Because
to a
you
company
can't.
that
You're not
makes
going to a
multi-Ks,
new
you know
cabinet
what I mean?
store. You're
He's
not
like-
going to a new.
Right,
There's
but,
not
right,
a
but
million.
but you can go to places like Dream Home Arcades or whatever else and go order a gimmick for like $2,000 at that point. That's kind of the territory you're crossing into.
Yeah,
But
but
my
it's
boy
not
Endless-
online.
My
That's
boy
the biggest
Endless
thing.
though, he was right about that. Everybody else that I look at it don't have the screws on the screen. You know what I mean? Like how they have the screws on the screen, they take plastic off, and then the screws are all in the screen. Everybody else that you see, our arcade doesn't have the stuff on there. I think they do need to take that stuff
Dude,
off. By the way,
another thing that like what arcade doesn't have screws on the damn control panel. It's got them on the side, those cam lock, or it's the screws, right? Those screws you put in. That's
Yeah.
fucking wonderful because
Cam
on
locks are
one
good.
up, dude, that screw gets right here. It's too close. What they should do instead of I hate it because they fix the fucking control panel of wearing off by putting a fucking piece of plexiglass over it, right? What they should have done is use a quality sticker Like the way fucking dude, I'll be the iArcade fucking show, right? We should do all of these stickers like iArcade. So we don't need a plexiglass. We don't need fucking screws or,
No, bro,
or the screws
when I
in
ask you-
different places. I don't know.
You want some cheese,
Like,
bro?
No, it's
Counter
quality,
Some
though.
cheese.
No, it's
I got
quality.
cheese.
Yo, why
That's
do
why I
you
still
say
have
that?
it. That's
This
why I
is
still
like,
have it,
This is
man.
like the 4th time you said this today.
Because
You
I
want
hear a
some
lot of
cheese with that
crying.
wine? In my stream earlier, you want some cheese with that wine? It's not wine if somebody's speaking facts, bro. Like
I want
just-
grilled cheese right now. Can I get grilled
Preach
cheese?
it, preach it, Mo.
Andrew Lansbury that you freaking
Get a
watch or
grilled
whatever.
cheese up
Were
in
you,
this mug.
bro? Were you really watching the Golden Girls before we started this stream today?
Hey,
Yeah,
no,
what you
no,
doing?
don't disrespect. As a matter of fact,
I think he was watching the Golden Girls, man. Were you watching the Golden Girls?
I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching no damn
The
Golden
Super
Girl.
Golden Girls? Come on, man.
Oh man.
With that being said, let's talk about this.
Ooh.
So, guys, this Friday is going to be your boy, the front man of the NWO, versus the old man, Retro Ralph, aka Modern Alf. I'll be playing him this Friday. So make sure you have your channels tuned into Quarters on Your Glass at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a fun time, guys. It's going to be a
And
fun time.
Dude, I can't wait for that, dude.
Hey, please,
It's going
UAG,
down.
Please,
You're gonna
man.
take out Ralph,
Please.
dude.
Okay.
You know, whatever it takes, sweep the leg,
You know-
man. You got it.
I'm just saying, man. My boy, you're
Yeah.
my boy, man. But
Yeah.
you went out twice already. Don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
go to 3. That's all I'm saying. Please don't go to 3.
No,
No, no,
I'll
he's
say it.
got
All I'm
this.
saying.
Let the rapper
He's
speak.
got
Rapper
it.
speak, bro.
I know. I'm just saying, please, because I was rooting for him. I was rooting. I'm telling you, I was right there with you, OTG.
Okay.
Last game.
But be fair, I'm a beast, man. Like I'm good at what I do. Oh,
So-
like, yo,
You whooped him,
And then
man.
I want y'all to make sure that you're watching, because there will be some names on the list that we'll be listing some people. So you guys know who it is. I think OTG might make an appearance and say something, because he
Okay.
someone was being disrespectful.
Oh, somebody
In the
was being
comments.
disrespectful, and yeah, dude, I can't wait. Yeah,
Wait.
Just
Who
tell
got-
me,
who got
give me the
super
mic and
disrespectful?
tell me to speak whenever, and we'll get that done soon. UAG
So we'll do that. And then someone was disrespectful over in
and
and MOAT
Moat
chat.
Stream. Wait,
right.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
yeah, and that's why. Yeah,
We're gonna get him.
So you know, the Golden Girls, you know who you are. You know
yeah,
who you
Super
are,
Golden Girls.
So
Mm.
we'll address that. Hopefully Friday, you got some words. You got some words. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and some good news. I just want to let you know that starting next week, right? This will be the official home for the Rev Report. Every Friday, he does a show. So here on Wednesday nights, there'll be a segment where he discuss what's going on, what happened the previous week, what's to come. So this week there's going to be Knights of the Round, Race to the Finish. So if you haven't signed up, go over to Put Your Quarters on the Glass and their Discord, and you can sign up. It'll be fun times. It really gives you some fun things to do on the weekend. Like, dude, we was there. Me, OTG, Maddads, we were all there. People were in the chat participating, playing on their Big Blue. There was like 6 rooms busy. There was people watching us. Me and OTG was playing. There was like 5 people watching us. We was on the stream.
The people are online, they just ain't playing. So yeah, you know what, we're gonna go get some of those YouTubers that are watching us, some of those people that are watching us. But I gotta say, Rev is doing a great thing.
Yes,
And
sir.
if you go pay attention to Put Your Quarters on the Glass, you'll see some of the promos on there. And I saw a promo. There's a young female there throwing some promos. All I gotta say, we got our eyes on you. That's all I gotta say.
Mhm.
And I'll leave it at that.
Mhm. Yo,
So-
but speaking of people that missed that promo at UAG, you don't have that on deck, do you? For those who might have missed out.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Let me pull that up real quick, because it's always a fun time. It's always a fun time to be disrespectful.
I'm taking them out one by one, and that's what we're
You
doing,
both,
man.
or you just doing one?
One at a time.
All right.
And-
All right.
And you know what? But what Rev is doing, man, he's bringing the community. He's making Fridays exciting again. I get excited for Fridays, whether I'm gonna hook up with UAG and we're gonna play Street Fighter with Turbo Joe, or whether I see people like MOAT playing or whatever. But what he's hosting is tournaments, not only fighting games. He's gonna have that Knights of the Round, which is fucking awesome. It's a nice beat 'em up. You get to pair up with a team. From my understanding, I think one person may have to stream it though. To get the time down, but there's going to be who finishes it first. And with Big Blue, with having different games other than the fighting games, providing something like this for Rev to be creative with Super Puzzle Fighter, it just adds more to the community. So it's not just the FGC. I'm fucking loving it, man. Hey, UAG, I think we gotta echo. All right.
Hey, yo, it's survey time. And your boy's here to ask you a question. Did you come to see this guy? Retro Ralph? Christmas sweater having? Check the receipts. I bust his ass over at 7 Fried Gaming. The last time, it wasn't the first time. Put it that way. I'm gonna keep busting his ass. So you're gonna see him getting a royal ass whooping next Friday. But more importantly, guys, I want you to know that there's a new regime in town. New boss. A new crew running roughshod on the whole retro gaming community. A new fighting game community. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay? You got me, UAG, the most electrifying person in this game. So did you come to see Retro Ralph or did you come see me? Right? And let me tell you, you want to jump on the train and go along with the ride. Because if you're not on the train, you're on the tracks. And you're going to get run the fuck over. So I got my crew, MOAT. I got my boy, OTG. And I got my brother from another mother, Maddads. And we're going to run it over. And if you think you got something on the back burner, something that can test any one of us, I got something brewing in the back too. That's for special delivery. So, I'm calling out all y'all YouTubers out there, hiding, lurking in those lobbies, afraid to get their hands dirty. They don't want to take no L's. Oh, it's over now.
Super Golden Girls.
We know who you are.
And you know
So,
the other half
you
of the
guys.
regime. You know who you are.
You're not safe up there up north either.
They know
Drinking
exactly.
that maple syrup. You're not safe on the West Coast.
Canadians can
Drinking
get
your
it too.
hot teas, lattes, and all that jazz. Oh no. It's over now.
Mother
That's all I
Russia
gotta
too.
say.
Mother Russia could get it too.
Maddads is calling someone out. Go ahead, Maddads, let them know.
Hey, what's up? You know, I normally don't call nobody out, but I think this girl's name or woman or I think her name is Kristen Steps or something like that.
She already got it. She gonna get a part 2 ass
on the
whooping.
glass and seeing, always calling out somebody, and I don't really call nobody out. I don't really call nobody out because I'm just chill with it and I whoop everybody's ass. You know what I mean? So, I just chill with it now. But her, she keeps coming on here talking about people, and I can't have that no more. I already got the bag packed. You see the bag back there? And I'm in the house, y'all. I ain't in the car.
With
They
no
ain't
gas.
got no gas at all.
No
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm in the car. I'm in the house, y'all. But still I had to pack that bag because I wanted to make sure, that when she get that ass whooped,
Yeah.
It'll already be ready. She can just roll with it, And I know y'all probably like, what, Mad Dad? He don't never do nothing like this. But
Maddads.
I got to do it.
You should
You
make
know?
a speculation and just let her know that if once you give her this ass whooping, that she needs to like lay low for at least a month because I'm tired of seeing her ass too. Tired of seeing. Oh.
Calling out people in Big
Uh-oh.
Blue just came out of nowhere. Get it,
Yeah,
man,
it
Dad.
don't make no sense. I'm just gonna whoop that ass. She's gonna be up there going like this.
That's right. My
I
name.
mean, I would
my
say it's
name-
cold outside, but she's
outside.
being in the cold when she
My
couldn't-
name is
when
not
she
on
couldn't
the-
promo,
on the
so it
belt.
really don't
Yeah.
matter.
We don't
You
want to
know?
see her face after that ass whooping.
No,
You can wait a
This
while,
ain't gonna happen.
but we
This
don't
ain't
want to
gonna
see it
happen,
for a
y'all.
while.
I'm gonna just whoop that ass, and I hate to do it, but I just have to do it, y'all. I'm sorry. So just be prepared. You know that. I might grow an extra stash or something. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but still, I'm gonna whoop that ass, and that's all I gotta say. Roll it out.
So, in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna find out the men and the boys, because the little boys, they're gonna be running home with their tails between their legs, scared for their mama. So, Retro Ralph, I hope you're ready for next week, because you're just number one on the list. And that list is long. Gotta go. Rev, put your quarters on the glass. There you go. It's gonna be someone's gonna get their ass whipped.
It's on, dude.
Somebody. I mean, I know it ain't gonna be me though. It ain't gonna be me that's getting the ass whipped.
No, it's not, dude. Dude, you know what? I'm excited for this. I saw Papa Brad in the chat says, "What if Ralph wins?" Ralph ain't winning. He ain't winning this time. We love Ralph, but he ain't winning against UAG. I've seen UAG practice. I've seen him change.
Let me get
get better. Ralph could have done
for
the
this.
same, but he ain't winning. I'll tell you. And this ain't it. After that, Steph, Maddads is gonna sweep that. And then we're not done. We are not done. And if there's some bigger muscle, guess what? We got some muscle is hiding, ready to join us. It ain't over.
Zohar,
This is just the beginning.
I just want you to know, Zohar, that I want you to bring out that weak ass promo. You may be the master of editing and bullying, but I got a bully for your ass, and he gonna smack you up and down the block like you owed somebody some lunch money. All right, bro. So bring it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the community, the rest of you YouTubers who's been hiding, lurking, come see us. Come see my man the Punisher, because he got something for your ass. And
Not hard to find.
OTG, I'm just saying it's not gonna be pretty.
Oh, I already know who it is. I already know, man.
Did you see
I
what
can't
the
wait.
dude said about that ass? Oh, come on,
Being
man. You got to come back at that one.
disrespectful.
You got to come back at that one, man.
So all I gotta say is either jump on the train or you can stay on the tracks and get the run.
Uh-oh, D-Love, am I hiding? Uh-oh.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
what? Wait, what?
What's
Wait,
up,
D-Love.
D? You coming with us?
Hold on.
D Love, you all you gotta do is get that deal. It's 500. You could come see us. This ain't Tekken though. This ain't Tekken. So I'm just saying, you may want to take some. You might want to get it, do some practicing, okay? Because it's not gonna be pretty.
Cat think we around here, we getting ready to play. You know what I'm saying? This is Big Blue NWO. We don't play. We crush dreams over here. Kristen Steps thought it was sweet. My dude, UAG Swepper, 10-0. Easy claps on his off day while he was sitting back making some horchata. You feel me? So it's nothing around here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't sweet around here.
Man.
It's okay. It's okay. We here.
Who I didn't even need to play anymore? I mean, we saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, what the heck?
You know what, man?
I gotta pick
You
this
should
up.
play like with your hands like this crossed
Pause.
or play with one hand or something, man.
What do you say? Oh.
Retro Ralph responds over here.
Uh-oh.
Retro
I'm gonna
Rap, I'm gonna
put
give
your
you a
quarters
little,
in your
I'm gonna give you a
ass.
little education. When you say something that's a little risque like that, you gotta say pause after that, because that sounds a little suspect, a little sus.
Little sus.
So I just want to let you know about that. But we respect you. I'm gonna bust your ass, and we're gonna shake hands afterwards, and then we'll move on to the next.
And
You
you
never
know,
we
we'll clap them
may,
cheeks.
you know what? Because
You know
you
what?
guys have been so awesome and on here, let's just say that Robin is gonna have to come out.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh
Okay?
yeah. That's it. And
Every
all
Batman
I
has
say
a
is,
Robin.
Ralph,
But Robin's gonna
whenever
have to come
UAG
get this
claps some
L.
cheeks, whenever he claps some cheeks, I the only thing I ask for Ralph is put a warning out there. These guys aren't fucking around because UAG, he's gonna whoop that ass, man. I'm sorry.
With that being said, guys, we're signing out. Make sure you watch Quarters on Your Glass. Make sure you watch the my Maddads review. OTG is trying to do his thing. Let's go ahead and jump over there. The link in the description. Go sign up for him. My man MOAT that does 18,000 things on the web. If you blink, he's on there. He's somewhere.
Hey,
he's on Twitch.
I'm out here running, bro. I'm running.
He's on Grindr. He's on everything.
Whoa, no. Hold on. We on the same side. Don't let me hold up. Real quick. Hold on.
My apologies.
Dude,
I misread.
I
read the
No, he meant you do ads on there. See, that's what I'm saying. He didn't mean you in there.
I saw the cue cards. I read it. I misread it. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know I love you, brother.
Dude, already gonna start drama with him, man. Nah, we can't. We're too strong for that.
We're too strong for that. Remember, Drago loses. Until next time.
Dude, Detroit Love says don't forget to watch the Golden Girls too.
I saw